Okay. What are we going to talk about?
Well, hi, Elliot.
Hi, Danielle.
How you doing?
No, I'm doing pretty good. How about you?
Not too bad. How was your 4th of July?
It was pretty good. Went to a place with some fireworks. Did the fireworks thing. Did the mixed drink thing. Didn't drink too much. Didn't get a hangover the next day. Camped out on somebody's yard, which was nice. And there you go. So good shit all around.
Right on.
Yeah. How about you? What did you do?
I went to Port Orchard and watched all the little tiny fireworks from all the little cities.
Ooh.
Over in Puget Sound, across the
Port
sound.
Orchard so much.
Yeah, it was real nice. And there was like two big, three or four actually, just like on the water in front of us. So it was really nice. And it was like my mom's best friend. So, or one of her friends. I don't know how she categorizes it. But we just sat on her balcony and looked out over the water. It was great.
That's hella dope. Yeah, man. Well, somebody told me, active duty military person, happy treason day.
Love it.
It's great.
Yep.
So it's exactly, it's only a revolution, right? If you win. Otherwise, it's just treason.
Yeah, true.
So remember that. Revolution is always treason, guys.
So it looks like the eviction moratorium is still there's still a controversy over it.
Is it? But I thought it was lifted, yeah? Or no?
They announced that they were gonna lift it, and then now there's like a letter proposing that they do a county by county lift, okay. But I don't know.
They're raising my rent for,
Well, the same advocates who don't want the moratorium to end also want there to be a prohibition on rent increases for a year.
I know I'm just about to complain about my rent going up, but I'm like, that's suspiciously similar to price controls, which never ever works out great for rent. On the flip side, I was just going to register confusion that they're raising the rent, since it's like, dude, I don't know how, maybe...
some people are still able to pay rent, so maybe they're going to make up the difference that way.
I technically am. I'm like, do I really want to pay $200 more? Like, that's kind of where I'm at,
Yeah, well...
It's a lot of $100 more.
Price of maintaining a house for other people to live in with less work.
Well, yeah, but like, what they haven't even opened up the pool again.
Ah, rude.
I know, hella rude.
Yeah, raise the rent when you open the pool, jerks.
Yeah, I know, right? Fuck off.
It does look like the moratorium set to expire at the end of this month now. It was set to expire at the end. Well, they've been doing it month to month for a while, so whatever. In King County, they closed applications for landlords.
For extension of stuff?
For rental assistance.
Oh, interesting. Okay.
Seems, yeah. Huh. Anyways, yeah, it's definitely time to lift those moratoriums, so thanks. And then, of course, everybody's noticed, right, that there was that heat wave recently, but there is still...
It's way too hot.
Yep, the wildfire warnings,
Oh, is that a thing?
Yeah.
I guess it's summer, huh?
Yeah, it's fire season. I don't think there are any right now. I know there was one in Canada. That was the last. There was we could see smoke over in Port Orchard, actually.
Oh,
that was
okay.
From a fire in Canada, apparently.
Interesting.
Yeah. Well, that sucks. Well, it depends, right? Because sometimes fires are good. Well, that happens.
Our issue is that, in some ways, we're a little bit too aggressive at fighting fires, right? With the never let the forest burn ever policy, it means that, the forest is burning way hotter and worse than usual.
Yeah, and that's kind of what this article from last week was saying.
Trying to think of, one of those puns, sounds like a sticky situation, but nothing came to mind. I'm sorry, guys.
Yeah. Oh, I think part of it too right now is that the snowpack hasn't melted from
Really?
Yeah.
But we had a heat wave, historically high.
Yeah, I don't know. Okay, it probably did during the heat wave, but I don't have an update on that.
I mean, maybe it just wasn't hot over there. I don't know. Maybe it was only hot where I live, which would, like, fuck you weather.
Yeah.
Like,
My mom had a flight that was delayed during the heat wave last week. She said that it was because they couldn't land, like they just couldn't operate our airport because
it's too hot.
Yeah, so hot that people are passing out on the flight line and like not being able to work.
Wait, like the flight attendants and shit?
Like the ground crews, they like put suitcases on
Yeah, that makes sense.
those little vehicles and drive them around. Yeah.
I would totally pass out in that shit, yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I was telling my mom when I was in the military, it would be black flag conditions and you actually weren't supposed to do work outside at all.
But they'd still have you do work outside.
Oh, no, of course not, because it's like a new, safer Air Force, right? Like they can't have people suing them for like putting them in really dangerous situations.
People can sue the military for that shit?
I don't know, but they do like get really good disability benefits and all that, so...
But here's the thing, too, is that, like, I feel like the signature is all like, oh, yes, please, murder me, right? Like, I don't know. You know what I mean?
Yeah, they're making a shift towards, like, not getting in trouble for things like Agent Orange and whatnot. So, low-hanging fruit.
Cupcake Brigade, I'll tell you what.
Yeah.
What are they turn into a bunch of Boy Scouts, Girl Scouts, like...
In basic training, we skipped the obstacle course. I did, like, 2 obstacles and it started raining.
That's so Air Force.
I know, and I was so mad because that was the part I was most excited about.
I bet.
I
Obstacle
really
courses sound fun. I'm not going to lie. It's hilarious.
We also always like canceled flight line operations when there was lightning within 5. That's like a...
Well, I feel like that's actually
standard
reasonable,
thing.
though.
Yeah.
You don't want... Like, I mean, planes are expensive, dude.
Yeah.
Think of like a military personnel right now. I heard of a Air Force. I don't know if he was an officer or a National Guard person, and they were like, looking at a soldier, and they're like, "Oh, the soldier, where they're positioned, they'll be dead." Right, and the soldier was right there, and the other person was like, "No, don't worry, we have other soldiers in other places." And the Air Force person was like, "Oh, good." And the soldier that was like, "Oh, I'm only concerned that you're dead because like you won't be useful," was there, and they were like, "Thanks, guys. Like, I exist too."
Oh. Red shirts are valuable too.
Exactly.
So, it looks like people are kind of upset about these new laws that limit police use of force in Washington. They're saying that it'll make mental health responses more difficult. House Bill 1310.
But like, okay, wait. So restricts how they can use force.
Yeah.
Well, so they can't just shoot the person? I'm confused, right?
The bill defines the legal use of force and how it defines when it is necessary to use it during an arrest.
Mm-hmm.
And they can't use force except when necessary to make an arrest, prevent an escape, or protect an imminent threat, which we know they don't do anyways because police aren't there to protect us.
Yeah, they have no duty to protect, so might as well take out that third thing, right? Because it's nebulous as fuck.
So there was like an example about a person that was partially naked in a neighborhood, and it looked like they were in the middle of a mental or drug-related episode, and police showed up with a social worker, and they tried to talk the guy down. And because they couldn't use force, the guy ultimately walked away. And then they were called an hour later about the same guy and left without taking him into custody. And so they're just saying that, like, this new law prohibits touching people and taking them to a care provider, and that's, a systemic flaw. Here's the quote. Our whole system is a systemic flaw that doesn't have the depth that we need.
Wait, I'm just massively confused. Like, what? Like, so they're claiming, maybe I'm just missing something about this law or something, or maybe, like fucking we see in other police departments for sure. There was one I saw like on a spot where there was this one police chief like crying, just rivers of crocodile tears, saying, "With these budget cuts, we can't do any more murders or arrests. Or crime has gone up so much, violent crime. We can't." Blah, blah, blah. And my first thought was, hey, why don't you just eliminate your drug unit, right? Just fire all the SWAT team people, right? Sell off all your fucking actual tanks, your MRAPs, and then you'll have a little bit of money to prosecute the real crime that you should have been prosecuting the whole fucking time, right? Like, fuck off, cops. So this
Which
is my
is
thing.
Karens harassing people, experiencing mental and drug-related episodes that are not hurting anyone. Because it doesn't even say he did anything. He was just naked and weirding people out.
Yeah, like if there's no fucking, like, okay, so this law doesn't prevent arrests, I assume. So that means this person wasn't doing shit.
Right,
which
they didn't
means
do
that
anything worthy
it's
of being
working
arrested.
as required. If it's not an arrestable offense, don't arrest them. Period. End of story. Like, what the fuck? Look, nudity's not illegal in Washington, and Seattle certainly, apparently. Acting like a fucking weirdo isn't illegal, right? So yeah, this is Karen's crying, like, "Oh, I can't use the cops to enforce my Kareniness." You know what, Karen? Like, fuck off. Go to goddamn, like, you know, freaking, I don't know, like, I don't know where the good Karen land is right now, but fucking go to Karen land if you fucking wanna, you know, UK or something. I don't know.
So here's an interesting dilemma presented by some person gave an example of where they believe that this law has problems. So they said they said that they experienced a situation where they saw a girl on a bridge about to jump to kill herself.
Okay.
And this individual was driving by, and they said, you know, if they were going to stop, they could use physical force to pull them back. But a police officer might not be able to because they'd be questioning their career.
Okay.
But why are you, like, no one should be using physical force. I'm sorry. Like, please don't kill yourselves. Like, text the mental health line 741-741. But don't touch me if I'm going to jump off a bridge. Like, I already made up my mind. Thank you very much, stranger. I don't know.
No, but, like, this is the thing, right? And I think, okay, so why is it crazy that cops who have more rights afforded to them by the because they have the right to kill you to get away with it scot-free, right, for basically no reason, for the most part, you know what I mean? They don't have a duty to protect you. They don't have a duty to protect you, so they don't even have, like, you know what I mean? Like, so it's not complicated, right? I was always told this growing up as a child, right? As you get more, like, rights, you have more responsibility. As you get more, like, power, right? With great power comes great responsibility. Cops have immense power, right? And they have a teeny-weeny, like, little bitty reduction in their power, and they're bitching and moaning that they might actually have to hold themselves accountable to their actions as opposed to being fucking toddlers about shit. You know what I mean? Like, Jesus Christ. Yeah, you know what? I get it. You want to be a hero, but to be frank, I don't know that it's not clear to me anyway, just like with Danielle, that saving people from suicide is the clear choice. I mean, I don't know. Like, this is obviously a pretty complicated topic. It's not necessarily libertarian, although, like, if you are a libertarian and you take very seriously the notion of, you know, personal body ownership, right? If I own a car, I have the right to destroy that car, right? If I own my body, I have the right to destroy that body. Some people say that extreme body modification, like, you know, scarification, facial piercings, ear piercing, is self-mutilation, right? But my body's my property, dude, and that conversation's more or less settled for the most part, right? That you can do whatever the fuck you want to your face, even if I personally think that it looks ridiculous. You know what I mean? But fine, you do you, bro. And so why does that not extend to suicide, right? You know, and I kind of wonder, I mean, maybe we've talked about this before on here, but I kind of wonder from a suicide point of view if the right move wouldn't be to offer a sort of, like, way out. Where along the way out, it's like, hey, here's how to have an ethical suicide, right? And you'd go and you'd create a will and make sure everything is set up and blah blah blah. You know, kind of like what they do with the medical, you know, euthanasia right now. You see what I mean? Assisted suicide, where they step you through a whole fucking offboarding process, right? And I reckon that could probably work because, you know, maybe there would be people who are interested in taking that path, and then once they kind of get things settled out, they'd be like, oh, you know what, actually things aren't as bad, never mind, right? Versus the wildly impulsive version of, like, you know, because sometimes people maybe just need a little bit extra structure to their life, and once they get that structure, they're like, oh, okay, it's not as bad as I thought, right? So I don't know, like, so that being said, I'm not even sure this is even a problem, right, of people jumping off bridges, except for jumping off bridges is dangerous, so I'd rather them kill themselves other ways that's like safer to the general public, right? And not like, you know, having their body wash up on fucking beaches and shit, you know what I mean? Like, rude. And it's even less clear to me that cops should be the one to pull them off, because cops, like, when they're on duty, have a huge deal of responsibility since they can get away with shit. So it's like, no, like, I don't care. This is not a problem to me, you know?
I like to think that one day I'll live in a world where right before anyone dies, they're treated as well as a loved dog before taken to be euthanized. I know you and I have talked about this before, Elliot, because I always cry. I'm such a baby when people are like, oh, I put my dog to death. They're like, we took him to have all these burgers. He went to the dog park. I'm almost going to cry thinking about it.
I mean, we kind of do a very similar thing for people on death row.
Yeah. Oh my gosh, yeah.
With the final meal and all that shit, right? Yeah. And like, I assume you're able to, well, you're usually allowed to see like a priest of some sort of, like, you know, holy person, right? I assume I don't know. I'd have to check this, but I would not be surprised if you're allowed to see family or stuff, or I don't know. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah, I'm sure you get like, your last, but some states maybe don't even have visitation for death row. So you're right. Yeah.
I don't know. Yeah, it's but you know, we definitely do this for freaking actual, like, convicted, we want to kill you people, right? So like, how would this be complicated for people that just want to opt out of life?
Yeah, and death with dignity is actually part of the reason why I'm here in Washington, like, just because I appreciate that that's a thing here.
So like medical euthanasia? Or?
Yeah, or like even, the medical ones, but I think you can even get it for like mental health.
Well, I mean, that's medical to me, but sure. Yeah. Okay. Makes sense.
So, going back to the article, Representative Jesse Johnson of Federal A believes that the bill's being misinterpreted.
Obviously.
He says, let's be clear.
Yeah.
HB 1310 is about requiring police to de-escalate rather than escalate and minimize use of force, particularly deadly force. Not only is that what the legislature is requiring of our police, but it is what the people of Washington state have demanded over and over again. If police feel that force is necessary, that harming someone is necessary, there better be no possible alternative, and they should be prepared to defend that force when investigated by an independent commission if force results in death under HB 1267. It's way longer, but I want to say one last part. It's time to start valuing life and stop allowing fear to guide our actions.
You know what? If cops want to kill people, they should just join ISIS. Simple as that, right? I mean, like, no joke. Fucking fuck you, right? Like, we're always told to go to Somalia. You can go join ISIS. Go be a terrorist if you want to terrorize people, motherfucker.
Yeah. You got real escalated today.
I'm just pissed off at the cops, man.
That's what they do.
The nap was helpful.
Definitely, yeah.
Yeah, right.
So I don't really want to talk about COVID. Caleb did some research for us, and he gave me a COVID article where police are worried about a gamma variant.
Yeah, I don't care.
Yeah.
I mean, like, you know.
Yeah. My mom has a friend who got COVID. She did home quarantine because in California they had tents like an ET.
Yep.
They had people in tents. It was too cold for her. She just ended up like checking her out against medical advice because she's like, I can't be in this tent. She was there for 2 days and then she self-quarantined at home.
What? Wait, hold on. They're quarantining people in fucking tents?
Yeah, the COVID unit at the hospital that she was at in Southern California was a big white tent in the parking lot.
Is it a FEMA tent?
I don't know.
Because I'm just saying, literally FEMA camps.
She actually has like legit health insurance. Like it was a big like healthcare providers setup.
Somebody was pointing out that in Canada, right, like they in theory did like all sorts of measures to increase hospital size or whatever, right? And I feel like there's probably, I don't know, you know what I mean? Like, I feel like this has been completely wasted time, this 18 months that, you know, since, like, we know that more pandemics are going to happen, right? Whether it's like lab-based, like this one totally is now that we have complete verification of it. Lab-based, not necessarily man-made, by the way. I'll make that distinction. Lab-based leak or a natural-based leak, we know that shit like this is going to continue to happen since we're like wildly interconnected and all that shit. And so it's like fucking, oh, you didn't prepare at all? Like, I'm not locking down until you fucking prepare, motherfucker. I'm real spicy today. Not having any of this shit.
I'm with you. But continuing to speak on COVID, it looks like, is Canada opening? It looks like Canadian citizens and permanent residents who have had the full dose of the vaccine, a vaccine approved for use in Canada, which is interesting.
Sure, whatever.
Yeah. Because like the ones banned in Canada are banned because they hurt people, not because they're ineffective, right? So it doesn't make sense.
I haven't been following Canadian stuff, yeah.
Okay.
I mean, I'll take your word for it.
Well, I don't know. Because I think they banned AstraZeneca too, because that one was the hurtful one.
Oh, was it the heart attack one?
I think so.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. So, yeah, it was a 14-day quarantine, but now if you have the full dose of the vaccine, you can skip the quarantine. And air travelers used to have to spend 3 nights in a government-approved hotel, and that is changing. It looks like July 23rd, maybe.
There were some major horror stories out of that shit, and that's all I'll say about that.
Oh, really?
Oh, yeah, dude. Like, of people, like, almost, like, basically kidnapped, so to speak, by the cops and put into hotels, like, without family. They weren't allowed to, like, call people. You know what I mean? It was, like, a whole fucking, like...
Man.
Canada got real bad, dude. Like, I'm actually more scared about Canada's response than the U.S. response along the way. Like, Quebec did a fucking curfew for, like, a year, like, for over a year, where, like, you could only be outside, like, literally papers, please, type of outside to walk your dog, to like go to work. Fuck you if you need to go to the store. None of that allowed. Like it's just fucking. It's literally insane, dude.
Yeah.
Yeah, man.
Now, non-essential trips between Canada, just Canada and the U.S., including tourism, will remain in place until July 21st.
Okay.
Yeah. Which I have a friend in Winnipeg. I'm still waiting for
Oh yeah.
for him to be able to come visit. Because I'm, a tour guide. So I want to.
Oh yeah, that's right. You're getting a job, huh?
I do tour things. Yeah, I'm trying to work for a local company because the company I work for now is not based in the area and they don't treat us like real people because they don't, see us.
That would explain why they're okay. Fair enough. That makes sense.
Yeah, so I actually am going to see a potential employer tomorrow.
That sounds a lot more fun, honestly.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, coming from Alaska, right, there's a lot of tourism and shit there, right? And the local companies are way more fun to work for because they, like, understand life,
Yeah, and this company is one of the better known in the area.
Oh, nice.
Like, they have awards and stuff, so.
That's hella.
I'm excited. Now, this is a little, not out of date. But it may not matter anymore because they're lifting the restrictions on the 21st potentially. But Point Roberts is one of those weird locations where you like have to go into Canada to get other places, but you're like still in the U.S.
Yep.
So like they are wanting them to restrict the travel restrictions there because
It's basically Canada
basically
anyway.
trapped. Yeah.
Yeah. Stupid.
That sucks. Actually,
there's
probably
a couple
feel the
little
worst
places like that here and there around Canada, U.S.
I'm trying to see what they've been doing.
I'm sure there's like some sort of funky barge situation going on there or whatever, boating in supplies or something. Probably going literally crazy.
I think part of it is just that it's not even that the people that live there are trying to go anywhere. It's that they need tourism.
Well, the other issue, though, is that particular community, if it's the one I'm thinking of, it's like on the West Coast, right? The school is in another part of America where the road runs through Canada. So they literally are separated from the residential area of their little town from the school part of the little town, so but by road. So either they'd have to so they just can't access their school by car.
Wow.
So, yeah, right. Like it's a good CGP Grey video on that one.
Interesting.
Fun facts.
Yeah, it looks like people use it to like ship stuff too, and so they've been like a shipping hub, and that has slowed as well.
Oh yeah, that'd be a good point. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, if the closures last much longer, the effects on Point Roberts will be crippling. But now people who haven't heard of Point Roberts have heard of them before, the article also says. Like, yay, they wrote an article about us.
All right, fine. Whatever.
I just thought that was real cute, actually.
That is, fair enough. Ugh.
Oh, yeah, there was a fatal stabbing.
Where?
Near the Seattle City Hall Park, or in the Seattle City Hall Park.
Oh, yeah, we're fucking,
just
it's
south of
a
the courthouse.
goddamn, dude, that does not surprise me at all. It's like Pioneer Square, right?
Ish, yeah.
Yeah, man.
I read an article, I think for this before, where like government employees were like, it's dangerous to come to work.
No joke, dude. Fuck. I would Second Avenue and Pioneer Square. There's no fucking way I'm getting anywhere near that shit. It's a goddamn war zone.
There's a proposal that would explore using the park as an enclosed meeting and event space that would make it part of the courthouse campus.
Okay, so the people couldn't camp out anymore?
Yeah, but then it punishes everyone, so no one can use that space anymore.
Well, but then the other thing too is that doesn't solve the problem. It just pushes
somewhere else.
It's just like a little tiny bubble maybe of I don't know, man. I heard a conspiracy theory that city council is cynically using, they're ratcheting up homelessness until people submit to removing single family house zoning law.
Well, just do it. Why don't they just do that?
I know, exactly. But no,
so
they want I don't know, they want people to vote or something, and then they'll crack down. I don't know. That's the conspiracy theory anyway. And you know what? To be frank, I'm not even sure I disbelieve it. Although I kind of like conspiracy theories, so who knows? But anyway, fun facts.
Yeah. It looks like they've referred 17 people living in the park to shelters.
There's at least 20 people
Since
there
March?
every time I've seen. Since
Yeah,
March.
I don't know.
It's not going to make a dent. I mean, yeah, fair enough. I'm glad we're making progress. But anyway.
City Hall Park sits on 0.56 acres, bordered by 3rd and 4th Avenues to the west and east, and Dilling Way to the south. Oh, this is fun. Sorry, there's history here.
Oh, fun.
It was a battleground during the Battle of Seattle, which was led by Chief Leahy in 1856. Oh yeah, and some other stuff about it being a drilling yard, not
weird.
For military people to do drills in.
Oh, okay.
It the way it words it is weird.
Yeah, I hate it.
Drill grounds.
I can't read. It's super hard.
Reading is hard sometimes. Man, I had to do some math last week though.
Oh no. I do really like that though.
I don't. I'm gonna pull up our meetup page so I can just read that for the events.
Oh, are we already to events plugs?
I think so.
It's a quick episode, huh?
We did a lot. I mean, where are we right now? We're at
Is it?
We're at 30 minutes.
Oh, damn. I read a lot more than I thought.
Yeah.
This is hella pissed at the police, guys. Sorry.
I know, right?
Sorry, not sorry.
Definitely not. So our big event is this Saturday. Our nearest event is this Saturday. That's in Mill Creek. We've got 2 classes, one at 10, one at noon. It's called Can't Stop the Signal, Beginner's Guide to 3D Printing Freedom.
And this is a Spanish-speaking course, or no?
This one is not Spanish speaking.
Okay,
this one
this
is
is-
English.
got it.
It's
All
the
right.
3D printing course. So we'll learn how to 3D print.
Oh, this is close to us. This is in Spokane, yeah?
This one is in Mill Creek. It's right here in Snohomish
It's
County,
north
I think.
of
Yeah, it's
us.
just north of us.
Okay. Sweet. Well, that's cool. That'll be way... Oh, but it's ticketed, yeah?
It is ticketed. You can get tickets on Eventbrite. And they are $20 a piece. 25. I'm checking now. Dang it.
I have so many grody, like, freaking scabs and scratches from, like, being outside this weekend.
Oh yeah, I bet.
Oh, I learned what a stinging nettle was for the first time because I thought it was a blackberry, and then it, like, abrased, like, just barely touched my leg. And I was like, that hurts a lot. And then I was like, it was literally like one little poke, one little boop right on the knee. And I was like, oh, this is continuing to hurt even more, slightly more over time. And I was like, wow, I'm buckling up because this sucks balls, bro. So stinging nettle, not even once.
Oh, blomp.
Don't do it. It looks like blackberry bushes. Don't let it touch you.
Yeah, so it looks like we've got classes filling up. Our 10 a.m. class is about half full, and the noon class is getting there as well. And the tickets are $25 a piece. And then we've got our range day. That is the one in Spokane. That is the basic tactical handgun class. It is in Mica Valley. And it's in conjunction with our camping trip. So we'll be camping out in the Spokane area that Friday. Dang it, I always screw the date up. We'll be camping out in the Spokane area the 23rd, 24th, and 25th, and then the tactical handgun class is the 24th, and those tickets are $50.
Sweet.
Yeah. And we are selling those tickets pretty fast, too, actually. Those are almost, we're about halfway there, too. So.
How much are those ones? 50?
Those ones are 50.
Okay.
And it does come with food.
It's like an all-day event.
Yeah, it's several hours.
Yeah. So, plus there's partying afterwards. Yes, yes.
Yeah, I believe so. I know that some folks were talking about going to a gun shop to check out different weapons.
That's a good point. Yeah. So, because we got some, people who are a little bit more interested in breaking into guns, which is cool. I had the great misfortune, or fortune, right? I would say it's fortune for sure, of buying my first pistol, like basically 6 months before COVID, which meant that I had just enough time to kind of figure out how to use it, and then whoop, the range is all closed, and ammo got real expensive, and fortunately I finally got like a big box of like 500 rounds, so I'm like, oh, I might actually be able to hit the range again because I'm not gonna be like hella short on rounds, so.
Oh yeah, I know everyone was having problems with finding ammo. That's
It's not even, I'm willing to pay, it's not existent.
That's why I have a hand crossbow.
That
ammo didn't sell out. Shoot zombie in the eyeball.
Yeah, Zombieland.
Yeah, all like whatever, you guys can have fun like preparing for your real apocalypses, but like in my head, we're still planning for zombies.
No, but this is the thing, right? Is that what people don't realize is that every apocalypse is a zombie apocalypse because after everybody runs out of food, every human becomes a zombie, right? Like I have so you know what I mean? Like that's kind of like if you prepare for a zombie apocalypse, you're pretty much prepared for all of them.
Yeah. I did a speech in college. My college speech class was on how to survive a zombie apocalypse.
There you go.
It was great. I'm sure I got full credit for it.
During my speech class, they told you to write the speech and blah, 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 which I obviously did not do. I just did it completely off the cuff. And basically, one dude and I did like a little call and response speech. We actually did dueling speeches, which was kind of fun.
Oh, that's fun.
Yeah, because like obviously, right? But we didn't have a beef, but he was like the other charismatic, loud, smart dude. So we kind of had our fun, friendly beef. And so like he went up, said some stuff, and then I went up and said some other stuff, and about halfway through, he's like, "Fuck, I've been outflanked," because I went second. So I was like, "I can
Oh,
update
man.
on the fly."
You would. You would.
Sucker. Fun times in speech class in college.
Right on. We are looking for volunteers in all kinds of different areas. You should get on our mailing list because they just put out an email. They were like outlining all of them. So I don't know how to do that. It's on the website, lpwa.org.
Oh yeah, is it like to volunteer like webpage thing? Yeah.
Are you still looking for tech people?
We're getting more tech people for sure. I mean, there's always like, yeah, definitely. I mean, we're looking for, just people to help out in general, right? So, tech people, like if people want to help out with like social media potentially and can like, post within guidelines, right, is kind of like a mission critical aspect of social media posting. You can't go cowboy. This is an army, not a freaking...
better than New Hampshire's the baseline.
Yeah, oh my God.
Not hard.
I'm gonna freaking start yelling again. But anyway, point being is that let me see, what else are we looking for? I mean,
I would love someone who wants to do any kind of editing at all.
yeah,
Audio
that's a good point. Yeah.
editing. Because we've got Kobe, we've got David Wiley, we've got plenty of people who want to do some talking.
Yeah, like we're looking to
So,
expand our little media empire here.
So the more, if I can get other people to help edit, we can get more interviews out and
Exactly.
stuff.
I mean, since that's what people really like to engage in, And if there's, what would be really cool is if there's issues that you're excited about, like 2A or, Washington is currently working on a bill for sex worker rights. If there is a special interest area that you're like actually super passionate about and you maybe could chat with Kobe about, and maybe help write that bill, we definitely need that. I mean, it's critical not just for the legislative process, honestly. Like, there's a lot of knock-on effects, as Kobe said in previous episodes, right? If you have a bill, then candidates can run against that bill, right? And they could say, here are my, they don't have to like cite esoteric Rothbard or esoteric, Ayn Rand or what, they don't have to cite like airy-fairy philosophy. They can be like, no, here's my philosophy in action through a bill, right? This is what it looks like for, libertarianism or the next step towards liberty to exist in this state at this time, right? Okay, so that's a good thing that candidates can actually run off, and then it's an awesome opportunity for us to coalition build, right? To actually like not be the hermit party, right? And I would say crude things, but talk amongst ourselves, just the sexually explicit version of that. Instead, we can actually talk to other people who are interested in their particular dimension of liberty and helping them expand liberty with our specific talents, one of which would be the ones in theory you could provide, which is legislative help, right? So,
and if we're the ones like pushing the bills, then the Democrats can't steal all our ideas because that's what they've been doing for the last several years.
And it's fair enough if they steal the ideas and implement them because we're about liberty, but it would be nice to put the win in our column as well, right?
I want to get the credit for it, dang it.
Yeah, goddamn it, right? Like, we're doing all this hard work and then they're just taking our wins.
Yeah, we're changing the hearts and minds.
They're being fucking lazy. So guys, get off your ass, help us write bills. You know what I mean? Like, it's boring, but hey, it's a political party. We do politics. Like, I don't know what to tell you.
Yes. And I think the next time we talk to Kobe, we're going to be talking about that sex work bill too. So
hell yeah, let's go.
He went to a forum and talked to a bunch of individuals who work in the field. So
Yep. No, and Kobe was really killing it at the meeting I was at. So that's really good shit, man.
Yeah.
So, it's hard work building friendships with people that maybe are uncomfortable working with you because libertarians are weird, but. I think we have value to add, certainly as we're constituted right now as a party in Washington. And I think that the more value we add, the more people we will get energized to do shit with us and for us. And we can help our community and actually be a force for liberty as opposed to a force for drinking and arguing, which is fun and all, but not really, the optimal liberty spreading thing.
It's true.
I mean, like, even if you don't want to do the state stuff, you might as well spend some of your drinking money on, like, agorism stuff, or you're planting a garden, or like learning a skill or whatever. Those are all great liberty things too. I'm not saying it has to be through the party, but I'm just saying, like, we have some options, bro.
Yeah, totally.
So
if you want to help out with anything, you can. I think there's a volunteer form on lpwa.org.
There totally is.
Join our Discord.
Yeah, join the Discord.
That's how you do everything, I think.
Subscribe to the podcast. Smash the like button.
Oh, yeah.
If you're on YouTube anyway. What was there's another thing too? /events, right? At lpwa.org/events. Yeah, that's our events calendar.
There's a Google Calendar there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a little bit basic, but it works.
My car window got smashed, so I'm going to shamelessly promote my art website.
LOL.
SYLAR-ART.com. I need $315 to replace that window, and you can get a t-shirt or something. And there are some porcupines. The original is hanging on John's wall, I believe, but you can get that yellow porcupine reprinted on a shirt for yourself if you want it.
Oh, free IP there. There you go. Good value add. What's our situation with the store again? That kind of stalled out a little bit.
Yeah,
right?
I don't know. We got to get our WordPress set up because we're waiting on the CRM thing because New Hampshire fucked everyone.
Oh yeah, and the CRM thing is delayed because of the New Hampshire thing. And actually, for the CRM, the New Hampshire just underscored a glaring sort of hole that wasn't obvious until New Hampshire pointed out that hole. So, I mean,
yeah, they basically, what's it called when like a hacker finds a thing and then they like day zero it? Yeah, they found an exploit. Yeah,
they found an exploit.
So I guess we can thank them.
Yeah, in that way, I'm grateful that I mean, not that we're never going to use the national CRM, but like we want at least some assurances that they have some policies in place first about how to go about when a state affiliate nukes itself. But either way, we're gonna expect website overhauling coming soon, because since the CRM is delayed or frozen for the moment, we're gonna look at getting another temporary CRM for the moment, and then
we'll get the shop set up.
Then we'll get the shop set up once that's going, and then everything will be rolling, bro.
Yeah.
So
we won't be lying when we say we have T-shirts, which exist.
I mean, we do have T-shirts. We just can't sell them to you right now.
Yeah.
It's fucking stupid. I mean, god damn it. Like, my bad. New Hampshire blew up. I got a little bit distracted, and 4th of July happened, and all this shit. So sorry, guys.
Yeah,
my bad
fine.
for sucking to suck.
We also have jobs, so like. That's
fine. Well, I guess that's true. I keep forgetting that. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Well,
we do this on our free time for fun, Elliot.
It is kind of fun. I'm not gonna lie.
It's actually real fun.
Yeah, it's pretty fun. Well, the podcast especially, and then other stuff too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I think it's a good time to get going so that you can get your stupid new keyboard that you've been.
Like fucking CPS standard. Like literally the second you leave the house, they like ping you that they're there. I'm like, oh, god damn it. But the problem is that like fucking it didn't have my apartment number, and they waited all the way till freaking it was about to arrive to tell me that I didn't have an apartment number. I was like, god damn it. So I'm gonna have to go, and I'm gonna be very aggressive, not in a mean way, but aggressive in like an assertive way, and like go directly down to the shop, because you can do that, right? And I don't feel like playing door tag, with the UPS, because there you go. So
I've definitely called them to be like, stop trying to deliver it. I'm just gonna come to you.
Yeah. That's my entire plan right now.
Yeah.
Just go to them, because I could have got it probably I probably could have got it this morning if I had just gone to them. So I should have it was my fault. I had days to tell them to hold it, and I did not take that opportunity because I was optimistic, which was stupid.
Whatever.
Anyway, all right.
Yeah. Well, on that note, have a great day, everybody, and we'll see you next time.
Bye.
Bye. Don't forget to like and subscribe.
I highly recommend that you sign up as a member for the Libertarian Party. It's like $25 a year.
lpwa.org.